Cross, please check out Evase's new video. Okay, this is the second person that's asked me to check out Evase's video. I don't know if I should look at this video. It says Destiny 2, who the new taken god is. Massive spoiler. Okay, I watch it. It's safe. It's speculation. Oh my God. When I see massive spoiler in the title, I assume that it's a leak. You know what I mean? Because I just saw the image of the thumbnail and I was like, don't fucking tell me that's like from a cutscene or some shit. Let's watch this video, guys. Destiny 2, who the new taken god is. Massive spoiler. Don't fret. I've been told that there is no actual spoiler here. It's just purely speculation. So let's watch.
There's a new taken god, and thanks to 2 new lore cards from a new lore book, we may have an answer as to who this is. The first subjugator, Dread, and Taken are beginning to worship this being, performing rituals through sheer will to open
saw that this
a
past
door.
week. Yeah.
Open a door that lets this taken god into our reality. Welcome, Guardians. Today we discuss this lore and who this entity may be.
All right. Tell us, baby.
So there's a new lore book titled The Songs of Descent, which I didn't even know about. Came across Unlucky Magazine 354's post where they shared some of the entries from it, so thank you very much to them. And after we read this new lore, it's worth noting that I didn't come up with this theory at all. Magazine Lone Ranger made some posts, but there's a bunch of other people in the community with these same speculation. We first come to the Resonance Song card, which I believe is the 4th entry of this book. I haven't read the first 3. Here we see a member of the Dread reaching out, longing for a new leader and purpose. We had hints of this in the Sundered Doctrine dungeon from Karev and the other Dread, but it's definitely more prevalent here for sure. Here's the card. A cutting song, a shaping song, a resonating cry in the thin air from the first and the lonely. How wide the sea and how broad the plain. How far the journey before I find you. The light and dark, the outflung spark from the hateful mother. I cry out to you.
Damn, dude, what is this, a love letter? Huh? What, and dude, the bars right now?
Was I made for this? Is this the court of the taken king? Where is his sword and where is his might?
Right. Where is his sword? Good try.
Was he cast from his throne, and does it lie empty still? Was my shape recast for this? The king is dead and speaks no more. Whose is this new voice I hear? A voice from the hollows, a silent voice, out in the deepest dark, created by the king's flock.
Oh my God. So this is right here aiding, I think, Bive's original theory created by the king's flock. We'll continue listening to this video, but I think Bive has a theory that it was almost like the Taken's desire for a new leader created this.
Grant me power, I will speak for you. Remake my form, I will act for you. Let me touch the deep, I will cast down the light for you.
Let me just say this. I know this is Destiny lore, but it just sounds kind of hot. You know what I'm saying? Ladies, tell me, would you buy this? Would you buy this book? You know what I'm saying? If it was like 50 Shades of Taken, would you know?
Make me, recast me, hollow out my heart and live there with me. I am made for the cold, for the dark, for the quiet, the whisper below the roaring dark. I am made for you. I am remade in you. I was made for this. Be subjugated, sisters. Open yourselves to torment, brothers. Grims and husks, weavers and attendants, all. There is home for us. The will without will waits for us. My shape was recast for this. Open your heart, let emptiness in.
So there's nobody, okay, hold on, for real. Nobody thinks it's a little sus. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have to say it like that. Well, what's this line right here? I am made for you. I am remade in you. I was made, in all caps, I was made for this. Calm down, brother. My shape was recast for this. Easy. Open your heart, let emptiness in. You sly dog.
So the Dread here are reaching out, searching for a new leader. A faint voice calls out to them, created by the king's flock, it says, likely the Taken. They beg to be remade, create a new home and purpose. Now this is likely the first subjugator Kite speaking in this card. The main point here is the Dread may be latching on to this new Taken leader, this new voice they're hearing in the deep. The Taken are searching for a leader and creating this god, willing it so.
Alright.
Things get even crazier in the From the Last card from that book, which is entry 5, where we get hints of who this new Taken god in the deep may be. A cry from the last, resonating from the first, spoken by the reshaped for the unspeaking. As hand in glove, as knife in sheath, so I am to you, says the will, so you are to me. Sing orison, make entreaty, invoke your god until it walks among you. My voice is small, says the will. My voice is weak. I call across the seas, a fine and gauzy thing. Strengthen my voice as a spinner doubles thread. Twist them together, makes them strong, makes them last for the weaving. Observe the rites, do as I have told. Repetition upon repetition, will and ritual together to bring me to you. Praise the accretion disk, the material compacting, the new hungering will. I grow dense in reality. I grow rich in worship.
Alright, it's getting stronger.
Assert my will. Sing for me. Speak the name of the dark at the edge of your blade, to the doomed, to the slain. Open the doorway as a spouse does on their long-awaited wedding day. Lead me into my new life's home.
That's what I'm talking about, man. It's like everything sounds pretty normal, then boom. Open the doorway as a spouse does on their long-awaited wedding day. Lead me into my new life's home. Yo, who wrote this?
So says the will, now says the reshaped, in exaltation of power. We bow, we kneel, we obey.
All right.
So this is pretty big. The new Taken god, whatever it is, seems to be speaking to the first subjugator, telling it its current state and what to do to bring it into existence.
You specifically open the doorway as a spouse does on their long-awaited wedding day. Lead me into my new life's home. I mean, can the instructions be any clearer?
Bond it through will, distance, or subjugator, telling it its current state and what to do to bring it into existence. Perform the rituals, bond it through will. The voice of this entity, its power is too small at the moment, but it will grow in time. Perhaps this is some of the faint whispers we hear during Dreadnought activities. If you put some of the capitalized text together, it says this. As hand in glove, sing orison. My voice is small. Strengthen my voice. Observe the rites. Praise the accretion disk. Assert my will and open the doorway. As others have speculated, this entity could be a member of the Nine.
What?
We know that the Nine, some of them, wanted to make physical bodies, or transcend to a new state, one that wouldn't keep them bound to dark matter streams of dust and the planets in our solar system.
Okay, now that's a crazy theory. Hold up. The Nine, or you wanted the Nine somehow become the next Taken King? No, that's bait. Well, I mean, it is interesting. We've got the right of the Nine, right? Well, like, what's the reason for that shit?
This new Taken entity seems to align with this, waiting to grow in power, waiting for the first subjugator to open the doorway and let them into this new form and reality. That lore card said, observe the rites. We know we have the Rite of the Nine activity releasing in Act 3. Coincidence or story implications? The fact that the 9 are involved at all is another possible hint. They haven't been around for years, and Bungie could have just made another Into the Light with, say, Shaxx this year, but they chose the 9 for a reason.
Yeah.
It also mentions accretion disks and material compacting, becoming more real, growing more dense in reality. The definition of accretion disk is a rotating disk of matter formed by accretion around a massive body, such as a black hole, under the influence of gravitation. The reason that is big is because some of the 9 wanted to experiment specifically with black holes to try and find that new form of existence. The other faction walks a different path. A path of folds and needles slipped through space-time itself. Existential syringes yielding new spaces to be remade as the 9 desire. They have tried to gather enough dark dust in one place to form a black hole, and found it difficult. When the dark mass collapses in gravity's fist, the dust passes through itself and scatters. But difficult is not impossible. And there is far, far more dark matter in the universe than bright. They will find a way to make new worlds of it. They will end their dependence on life and on the light of guardians, which the falling veil will soon snuff out forever.
Xur's gonna be the new Taken King? No, I don't think that's gonna be the case. But I will say, if this ends up being some 9, like if the 9 end up being, on some bullshit, we're gonna have to figure out something with Xur. You know what I mean? You can't tell me Xur is not feeding information back to the 9. 1000%. I don't think we can trust him. He's just a messenger. Exactly. That's what he does. So I don't know. How can we trust him? His will is not his own. I don't give a shit. That's no excuse. It's 2025. We're past that point. The witness is dead. I expect everyone in here, if it turns out that the 9 are dirty and Xur might be possibly dirty, boycott Xur. Okay? Nobody spends strange coins. Everybody. Let's run him the fuck out of the tower.
There are other hints too. In the recent card we read in a previous video titled Division, the new sidearm from Heresy, members of the 9 speak, but only 8 of them are present in the card's text from what we can gather. One member is missing.
Interesting.
The last few lines of that card read this: "Our divide ever wider, 9 foes insolent denial. I mourn unity, grieve coalition, follow your foolishness. But if all you find is oblivion and the peril of our children, we all perish." So that member specifically speaks of mourning and grieving. Eris said this in the past week of gameplay.
It was a beacon of want and purpose, sounding from whatever new entity now inhabits the deep. The offering? The Hive do not possess this power. Without Oryx or the Witness, how? I fear another's hand may carve these new Taken into being. This place of offering, where the Taken submit their weakness to gain strength. There is something else here, calling, rabid with grief. No, sever the bindings. Unshake this beast now, Guardian.
Now, not sure if this is connected, but that member of the 9 who blocked the communications during the Red War and allowed the Red Legion to invade was said to be punished by the 9. Could this outcast member be this new entity?
Wait, what? There was a member of the 9 who helped the Red Legion invade us? Oh, hell no. This is the kind of shit. This is why we needed Lakshmi. You hear me? If Lakshmi was around right now, if Lakshmi, we would know, she would be shouting it. She would have this shit written on the walls of the new tower. How we should never trust the fucking 9. Oh my, dude, guys, listen. Do we have any? Hold on, let me this what it has to say. Hold on. Let's repeat that real quick. That's you, Joe.
Unshake this beast now, Guardian.
Now, not sure if this is connected, but that member of the 9 who blocked the communications during the Red War and allowed the Red Legion to invade was said to be punished by the 9. Could this outcast member be this new entity? She sees how one of the 9 blinded guardians to Gaul's approach, risking everything, for Gaul would have destroyed the sun and the Nine with it. To learn how to steal the light, she sees how that one was punished. There are also theories that this rogue or outcast member of the Nine was tied to Mercury, which has not returned yet. Planets like Io and Mercury, still under darkness control, are dangerous. The Nine are tied to the life of our planets, so if that life dies, so do they. One member of the Nine may have found a new way to become a god, and is waiting for the power and the door to be opened for them. Dread and Taken seek new leaders. It could all be coming together if this is true. The story is getting very interesting.
The Dreadnought, the Taken, they are entwined, but their goals do not seem aligned. Perhaps the presence we felt here in the deep drives them.
Anyway, Guardians, that's all we got for today's video. Do you think this is a member of the Nine, the entity between Oryx and the Winnower in the deep, commanding and controlling Taken here? Or is this something else entirely? If you'd like to see some more Destiny news, lore, and
Abaze, thank you so much for that. That's a great video, guys. Wonderful video. Look, how do y'all feel about that? Like, if the next big bad ends up being the Nine or a member of the Nine, well, that's a great backstory. It was the Nine that literally tried to have us destroyed by Gaul and the Red Legion, and then ends up ascending to godhood with the help of the Dread and Taken. Always found the Nine to be sick as fuck and mysterious, so it's perfect. The Nine are representatives of the solar system. Then what are the implications for Frontiers? I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea, man. And maybe this is like this entity of the Nine. Maybe this is their way of trying to like become unbounded by whatever constraints there may be here. Maybe they are bound to this solar system. Look, guys. I mean, some of you are maybe not interested in the lore. I like lore. I like story. I like to see, you know, what it is that's getting cooked up for the next big bad, you know. And maybe this is the guy. Maybe this is just the guy that leads us to the guy. I don't know. We didn't know about the Witness for many, many years. We had no idea. We just knew that there were pyramid ships out there. That's all we knew. We saw that one cutscene of the pyramid ships turning, you know, very, very ominous. And I mean, that was intriguing all in its own, you know.
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.